In this video, we are going to talk about the difference between goals and systems. And I'm going to show you exactly why you don't need goals and you need the correct systems in place. Because everybody has the same goals, whether that's to lose weight, to gain money, to become more famous, whatever the goal is, everybody has the same goals, but nobody achieves them, or should I say a very minority of few people actually achieve those goals. But what distinguishes the people that actually achieve those goals and the other people that set it for the next year to achieve? The people that achieve the goals have systems in plan. For instance, a person who wants to do bodybuilding doesn't just randomly decide, oh, I wish to get big by the end of the year, I wish to do this by the end of the month. No, what they do is come up with a plan. I'm going to do X amount of sets, Y amount of reps, and I'm going to eat this to bulk or whatever. And in that case, they know, okay, if I keep this system for 6 months, X months, whatever, I will achieve these outcomes. Even if they don't know exactly how big they're going to get or how close they are going to achieve their goals, they know for sure they are going to be closer than where they started. So we're going to talk about how to place the correct systems in place to get you closer to your destination, which is your desired outcomes. So first and foremost, you should be asking yourself this: what is it that you're trying to achieve? What is it that you're trying to gain out of life that you haven't gotten yet? So for instance, for some of you might be getting more rich. Some of you might be getting leaner, some of you want to gain weight. Whatever it is in your case, think and write down what is it that you want to achieve at the end. And now let's work reverse and see how we can get there. Because sometimes it's not as a clear path to see what we want to do to get there. For instance, becoming more confident. Yes, it sounds easy to say, but how do you actually become more confident? I want to be more rich. We all know by working a 9 to 5 or hourly wage, we can't become rich. So sometimes it's not all about how long it takes to get there. It's about knowing how to get there, because you can repeat a process several times and actually not be getting any closer to it because you're not sure how to do it. So for the majority of us, one of the main objectives as a man is to become rich. But how do you actually become rich? That's a question that all of us ask ourselves every day. But let's think opposite of what this is. What do rich people actually do? They tend to read a lot, being into real estate, have a wide range of vocabulary, whether they're social or antisocial, they have a close group of people and connections they know any link to, and etc. So now the question comes to this: why don't we implement some of those ourselves? Oh, I don't like reading, I can just watch the video. Why is it that the rich people then read? Why is it that every poor person has such a short attention span and just continuously scrolls through Instagram, TikTok? Spend that time learning, reading, study something new. Because that way you can stand out, because everyone else is scrolling. You need to be able to be the odd one out, because not everyone can become the top 1%. Even if everybody is earning 100K, then you're no longer top out of the 1%, because the top 1% will be earning millions. You need to be able to distinguish yourselves from everyone else. Now, even though we talked about how to place these systems in place, you're not going to have the perfect system written down just like that. Just like playing an instrument, you need to fine tune it. So as you go along the days, along the weeks, use fine adjustments to get there. Just like tuning an aircraft, you first coarse trim it and then you fine trim. Do the same for this, whatever system you have in mind. Something new might come along your endeavors, then you have to add it to those or remove some things. So use the correct systems that suit you best. Now, by no means are goals useless. However, as discussed earlier, everybody has goals. It's good to have goals. We've mentioned this previously as well. We say to have at least 3 sets of different goals. For instance, one that can happen daily, one that happens at the end of the week or monthly, and one towards the end of the year. So you can have targets to aim for those. So for instance, by the end of the month, I wish to lose 10 pounds. And by the end of the year, I wish to have a 6-pack. These are rough estimates to get there, but this is where the systems come in place to tell you exactly how to get there. I am going to do X amount of sit-ups. I am going to eat this and train like this. This way, the system will keep you in check to follow that, to at least, even if you don't obtain those results, be as close as to them as possible. The number one most thing I recommend from watching this video is going to read Atomic Habits by James Clear. This is where a lot of the ideas came from. And straight away, he talks about the British cycling team, how they finally adjusted their bikes and their athletes to win the most number of gold medals. It wasn't just, guys, we need to pedal faster, go this, do that. No, it was very simple tricks that helped them win. For instance, by painting the bikes the color white, it's the least dense color, so they're lighter even then. And anytime there is dust, you can easily clear it off by rubbing alcohol on the tires for better grip, or by wearing electrical padded heated shorts to keep the muscle in the ideal conditions. Small changes like this that over time, by improving 1%, led to these outcomes. So have these systems in place for yourselves, especially now. Today is the 1st of January 2024. Don't let this year be the downfall of you. Make sure this is the biggest change that you will do. Make sure by the end of this year, you will have achieved the most out of all years. Make this year the most successful year for yourself, whether that's in terms of relationships, monetary, spiritually, religion, whatever you want it to be in your case, and if not, in all realms. But just before I end this video, another quote from James Clear goes, you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. This is just our journey for both me and Poria, which we're documenting along the way to go, to show you guys everything that we're going through, everything that we're trying to do to improve and to become that high value man. So thank you for staying to the end of this video, and stay traditional.